Yo, what's up, friends? This is Adam Bitcoin, and do I have a story for you today? First, I want to start this off by saying that I am not bashing Medellin. I am not bashing Colombia. I've been living here for 7 years, and I've never had anything happen to me like this in the last 7 years. With that said, let's get this started. So, I will start with the first story about how I was robbed at gunpoint. I was just walking to an outside gym. There's a place called Centro de Deportivo Berlin, something like that. It's like an outside gym, and I was honestly like just kind of lost, like just walking around on my phone, texting, or on social media. I really wasn't paying attention. And I get into this little residential neighborhood, and the map says that I gotta go left. So I go left, and I get on the block, and the first thing I see is two people just sitting there. And they looked like ghosts. Like, you know, they were just like, they looked like they were gone. Like, the girl was kind of pretty, but they were like pale white. They weren't like saying anything. And I'm not saying that the area was bad. It was like a nice area. It was like a residential area. You know, I would say like middle class. And where I was going was like upper middle class. So whatever, I turn on this block and I'm walking down the block. I see these people. I'm looking at them. They're just staring straight, not even looking, not saying anything. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I keep walking, and I get towards the end of the block, and I hear a motorcycle turn on the block. So I look behind me, and he's on the sidewalk. He's not on the street. So that was the first thing that I was like, that's weird, but maybe he's just parking in front of his house, you know? I wasn't really thinking anything of it. So I go on the grass to get off the sidewalk to let him go. And the guy says, hey, thanks for giving me space. Thanks for letting me go. I said, yeah, no problem. But he wasn't going. He was just like, kind of like blocking me a little bit. But like, you know, he's still on the bike. And this guy, he's with a female in the back. So I'm like, you know, I'm not thinking nothing of it. The dude is like 5 years older than me. Like, he looks like somebody from Spain. Like, he like almost looked like a white guy. He didn't look like a Spanish guy. He looked like you know, like a man. Like, he was like, you know, he had a nice bike. He had nice clothes. The woman was dressed nicely. So I didn't really think nothing of it. But I took a step forward, and he like moved forward a little bit. So I'm like, you know, now I'm watching the guy like, yo, what's this guy doing? And all of a sudden, I'm on the right side, he's on the left side. He gets off, and in one slick motion, here, I'll show you. One slick motion, this guy is just like that. And I just went boom, and I just smashed his arm instantly and grabbed his arm like that. And I took control of the situation. I took control of his arm. And this is something I don't really recommend to you people unless you're like fully trained and you know, understand what's going on in the situation. But you know, maybe it was stupid, but it worked. So I smashed his arm, I blocked his arm, and when that happened, I felt that the gun wasn't real. Because I lived in Florida for a while, you know, I played with guns, I know what they feel like, and it wasn't a real gun. But it was like a plastic bullet gun, or maybe like a BB gun. I don't think it was a BB gun. I think it was, they call it a traumatica. It was like plastic bullets, like non-lethal, like where police shoot them into the crowds and stuff like that, where that could still seriously injure you, that could still, you know, do worse to you. So I had to still keep control of what was going on. So this guy's trying to steal my phone in my hand, and I was just trying to control his arm. And, you know, it was basically like a stalemate, if you guys know what that means. Like, you know, nothing was happening, you know, like I couldn't throw a punch because I had his arm, he had my other arm, you know, he couldn't really move. So finally I was just like, all right, you know, like it was just like kind of over. So I just backed up a couple steps to see what he would do next, because I was like, if even if he had the bullets in it, he probably would have tried to shoot me, or probably would have, so I was like, I really, and I didn't want to attack him either, because there was a female there, and I don't know if she like has a knife, or, I really didn't know what to think. So I just backed up like 2 steps to see what he would do, and he just retreated. He went back on his bike, and I just sat there, and I looked at him, and I said, I'm not even gonna say it on camera what I said to him, but I would basically just said like, I should really hurt you right now, bro. And fucking, I just let him go. And I was like trying to record, but I was like so shaken, and I was like also, I was just watching him, I was looking at him. I didn't want to get shot. I didn't really know what the, I mean, I knew it wasn't real, but I still don't want to get shot by a rubber bullet that could take out an eye, or, it could seriously injure you. So he just ended up driving away, and that was that, and then I walked to those people, the original 2 people that I said that were like ghosts. I walked up to them and I said, yo, did you see that? And they just were still like dead. Like they didn't say anything. They were just standing there. It was like one of the weirdest situations. That whole thing was just weird. But, I feel thankful that nothing happened. Honestly, I don't want to sound like crazy, but my regret is actually letting that guy just go, because, he's going to do that again, and he's going to do that to people who can't defend themselves like me. And so like somebody like that should not be roaming the streets. But I came out okay, and that was that. Now, the second story that I have to you today, this was like the worst, unluckiest vacation, let's say. Although I did meet a lot of good people, I met a lot of cool people, I made some plans. I believe I'm going to Crypto Latin Fest, which is a crypto festival in August, so that will be cool. But and don't, like I said, I don't have nothing against Medellin. This is just, it could happen. It was early, there was nobody around. It was festivo, as they call it, like a holiday. I didn't even know where I was. Maybe that area is a little unsafe, I really don't know. I was just, let's say, a tourist walking around on my phone, and something happened, whatever. So, this is just a advisory to, I said in the last 7 years, nothing will ever happen to me. But, it could happen, and, it'll happen anywhere you are. New York, Florida, Medellin, whatever, it could happen. So just definitely keep your eyes on alert. But let me get to this next story. So I stayed at a hostel called Baku in Laureles. I was recommended by a friend. Now, I was staying in a room, and the lockers are secure, everything was good. Now, they moved me to another room, and when I opened the locker, I saw that it was open, like kind of open. Let me show you the video. I took a video. All right, first I want to show you something. I don't know what that is. Dirt or something. Okay, you see that? There's no cameras. Now look. You see that opening there? There is, it's completely open. Now, look at this. It's closed. Okay, so as you could see, it was completely open from the back. It was, but I was like, I didn't think anything of it. I was there for a couple days. Everyone was nice. It was a good place, whatever. So I was there for about a week, and I go in my bag and I count my money, and I'm like, how do I not have that much money? Because I was like going on a vacation, or like not necessarily, or a work trip, whatever, like to record videos, to meet some people. And I was just thinking, like, how do I how did I spend this much money? You know, I'm spending $20 a day, and I was there for a week, and I'm missing like $500. But I was like, you know, I was like, I don't, you know, at this point, I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. So a day, 2 days later, some guy was like, my friend, Sisse, he says, hey, bro, are you missing money? And I was just like, actually, I think I am, you know? I was like, you know, I thought about that like a day or two ago, and I am missing money. And so he revised the cameras, and you know, another guy, an Asian guy from South Korea, was also missing money. So this was 3 people that we knew of that were missing money all within the same day. And so Sisse watched the cameras, and there was only 3 people that went into both of the rooms. It was the cleaning lady and the 2 Asian guys. And the 2 Asian guys were also robbed. So after this, we checked out the reviews. You know, I never even checked out the reviews. I was recommended by a friend. Let me share the reviews for you right now. So as you can see with the reviews, this is a common occurrence at that hostel. Okay, this is something that happens not one time, but often, okay? Often at this hostel. Now, as you saw in the video before, the opening takes a piece of plywood, a little piece of wood, 2 screws. The problem is solved. So why is the problem still there? Why is it not solved? That is the question that I ask myself, that my friends ask myself. And why is money randomly going missing at this hostel? You know, there was, like I said, 3 people entered the room, 2 Asians, and the cleaning lady, who still works there, by the way. She did not get fired. She's still working there. She's been working there, I believe, since the first day that the place was open. So I lost 500 or 2 million pesos. My friend lost $1,000, and the Chinese guy lost about 300. So total in this country, that is 4, 5, 6, 7, like about 8 million pesos. And the minimum wage in this country is 1,400,000. So 8 million pesos was stolen at that hostel in one day. You know, I don't know who it was. You guys can come up with your own conclusions. I would like for you guys to tell me in the comments, who do you think it was? Maybe this happened to you. Leave a comment if this has ever happened to you. But I'm just making this video for awareness, so it doesn't happen to anybody else when they stay at that hostel. I hope you enjoyed my video. I didn't really enjoy all those things that happened to me, but I mean, it does feel good that somebody tried to rob me at gunpoint and I won. You know, that guy retreated and left, but you know, let's live peacefully, guys. Why? Please, why? But yeah, thank you listening for my story once again. Craziness, but I guess that's the life of Adam Bitcoin, and stay safe, guys.